The Big Bang Theory's upcoming third spin-off can still avoid the biggest canon problem that plagued young Sheldon and its forthcoming follow-up. The new spin-off from The Big Bang Theory must avoid the canon issues that plagued young Sheldon. The third spin-off should not be a prequel, allowing for more storytelling freedom and less canon contradiction. The next spin-off could bring back the look and feel of the original show, giving viewers a more nostalgic experience. The news that there will be a third spin-off from The Big Bang Theory gives the show's creators a chance to avoid a problem that young Sheldon and its follow-up faced. By all measures, Young Sheldon is a successful sitcom spin-off. The family comedy consistently earns high ratings, is well-liked by fans of the original series, and has made Young Sheldon's cast of characters as memorably funny as the original show's heroes. However, the show does have one issue that plagues not only young Sheldon but also its upcoming spin-off, which focuses on Sheldon's brother Georgie and his wife Mandy. Ever since The Big Bang Theory's series finale, the sitcom's canon has been set in stone. Despite this, young Sheldon has constantly tweaked, altered, ignored, and outright retconned details of the earlier show's story. Sheldon's father was consistently described as a buffoonish, philandering drunk in The Big Bang Theory, but he is an affable everyman and a kind father in Young Sheldon. Young Sheldon's Mima changed a lot before her appearance in The Big Bang Theory, morphing from a carefree rebel into a stern, sedate presence. Fortunately, The Big Bang Theory's third spin-off can avoid this issue. The Big Bang Theory's next spin-off after Georgie and Mandy shouldn't be a prequel. Young Sheldon's prequel status caused confusing TBBT canon contradictions. In 2023, The Big Bang Theory's creator Chuck Lorre announced that the sitcom would get another spin-off sometime in the future. Later that year, he clarified that the project was still in its infancy and warned that it would need to justify its narrative before it came to fruition. For the show to do so, the series must avoid the biggest mistake its predecessors shared. The Big Bang Theory's next spin-off shouldn't be another prequel since this caused young Sheldon's biggest recurring problem. If the upcoming show isn't set before the original series, it will gain more storytelling freedom. While little is known about The Big Bang Theory's spin-off, it is clear that the series will take place in the same universe as the original hit. This doesn't mean much since young Sheldon changed pretty much everything about the show's world despite sharing the same continuity as its predecessor. The Big Bang Theory was a traditional multi-camera hangout show with a laugh track, whereas Young Sheldon was a single-camera family sitcom with a narrator. In terms of tone, the show skewed closer to The Wonder Years or Malcolm in the Middle than The Big Bang Theory's style. Although Young Sheldon developed its own tone, the show struggled with The Big Bang Theory's existing canon. Whether it was young Sheldon's George Sr. death, the show's handling of Sheldon's mother, or its attempts to flesh out Missy and Georgie's personalities, the series constantly butted heads with its predecessor. When young Sheldon introduced an intriguing supporting character in McKenna Grace's Page, viewers understandably wanted to know why Sheldon never mentioned his earliest academic rival, potential love interest, and eventual friend. When the show focused on Missy's character arc, viewers wanted to know why her Big Bang Theory fate was so bleak. This was perhaps best epitomized by Georgie and Mandy's forthcoming Young Sheldon spin-off, a show that struggled to justify its existence thanks to The Big Bang Theory. Stars Emily Osment and Montana Jordan shared appealing chemistry and got little screen time in Young Sheldon, so the choice to give the pair a spin-off was understandable. However, The Big Bang Theory's canon made Georgie and Mandy's spin-off pointless before it even began, thanks to Georgie bitterly referencing an ex-wife in the earlier show. This one-liner was enough to derail their show's premise, as Young Sheldon's spin-off now needs to explain their separation. The Big Bang Theory's next spin-off can bring back the missing ingredients Young Sheldon dropped. The sitcom can feel more like The Big Bang Theory. Young Sheldon dropped The Big Bang Theory's multi-camera setup and laugh track to develop an atmosphere of its own, but this was only necessary because the show shared the original sitcom's main character. If the next spin-off set in the show's universe is not another nostalgic prequel, then the series could bring back these elements. While some of Young Sheldon's darker storylines benefited from the show's new style, the traditional sitcom setup of The Big Bang Theory is overdue a comeback. The creators of the series agree, with Georgie and Mandy's spin-off reviving the multi-camera style of the original show. Bringing back the missing ingredients that young Sheldon dropped would make the next spin-off feel like more of a spiritual sequel to The Big Bang Theory. This means that the show wouldn't need to constantly reference characters and events from the original series, meaning it would be less likely to run into the canon concerns of young Sheldon. Dropping the prequel approach would help, but The Big Bang Theory's next spin-off still could end up complicating the original show's canon by bringing back its main characters. Viewers will expect some cameos, but these shouldn't overwhelm the show's new characters and setting. What a non-prequel The Big Bang Theory spin-off could be about. The Big Bang Theory's next spin-off could focus on several stories. To successfully avoid young Sheldon's biggest issue, The Big Bang Theory's next spin-off can't be another prequel. However, as young Sheldon Season 7 ends its story, this leads to the question of what story the spin-off can tell. The most obvious answer would be for The Big Bang Theory's next follow-up to focus on a new generation of scientists, much like that 90s show centered on a new version of the original show's gang. Alternatively, the show could center on the children of The Big Bang Theory's original heroes, combining young Sheldon's appeal with the original show's style. A show that introduced viewers to Penny, Leonard, Amy, Sheldon, Bernadette, Howard, and Raj's kids would be able to bring back their parents without relying on them as its main characters. This would also have some of young Sheldon's appeal, since the prospect of children trying to live up to their genius parents flips the spin-off's child prodigy premise on its head. However, only time will tell if The Big Bang Theory's creators take this route and avoid young Sheldon's biggest storytelling pitfall in the process. Introduction. As fans eagerly anticipate the potential for a third spin-off from the Big Bang Theory universe, it's crucial to learn from the successes and pitfalls of its predecessors. While young Sheldon has garnered its own following, it's not without its criticisms, particularly regarding its portrayal of Sheldon Cooper's childhood. To ensure the success of a third spin-off, it's imperative to address and avoid the most harmful problem of young Sheldon's premise, the risk of over-explaining and undermining the mystique of Sheldon's character. Exploring the pitfalls. Young Sheldon offers insight into the formative years of Sheldon Cooper, the beloved eccentric genius from The Big Bang Theory. However, in its attempt to provide backstory and context, the show sometimes falls into the trap of over-explaining Sheldon's quirks and behaviors. By dissecting every aspect of his childhood, the series runs the risk of demystifying Sheldon's character, robbing him of the enigmatic charm that captivated audiences in the original series. The harmful problem. The most harmful problem of young Sheldon's premise is its potential to strip away the mystique and complexity of Sheldon Cooper's character. By providing too much exposition and explanation for his idiosyncrasies, the show risks reducing him to a one-dimensional caricature, devoid of the depth and nuance that made him such a compelling figure in The Big Bang Theory. Furthermore, by delving too deeply into Sheldon's past, the series may inadvertently contradict or undermine established canon, alienating dedicated fans of the original show. Crafting the solution. To avoid repeating the mistakes of young Sheldon and ensure the success of the third spin-off, it's essential to approach the premise with a fresh perspective and a keen understanding of what made the original series so beloved. Rather than focusing solely on one character's backstory, the new spin-off should explore uncharted territory within the Big Bang Theory universe, introducing compelling new characters and storylines while maintaining a respectful distance from the established canon. One potential avenue to explore could be the lives and adventures of supporting characters from The Big Bang Theory who may not have received as much screen time as the main cast. By shining a spotlight on characters like Stuart Bloom, the comic book store owner, or Barry Kripke, the eccentric physicist, the spin-off could offer a fresh perspective on familiar faces while introducing new dimensions to their personalities and backstories. Another approach could involve setting the spin-off in a different time period or location within the Big Bang Theory universe, allowing for greater creative freedom while still maintaining connections to the original series. For example, the show could take place in a parallel universe where the characters' lives unfold differently, or it could explore the future of the original characters' children, providing a glimpse into the next generation of nerdy misadventures. Regardless of the specific direction chosen, it's crucial for the third spin-off to strike a delicate balance between honoring the legacy of The Big Bang Theory and forging its own identity. Rather than rehashing familiar territory or retreading old ground, the show should offer something new and exciting for both longtime fans and newcomers alike. Conclusion. In crafting the third spin-off from the Big Bang Theory universe, it's essential to learn from the successes and failures of young Sheldon while charting a bold new course forward. By avoiding the harmful problem of over-explaining and demystifying Sheldon Cooper's character,